Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have our next guest joining us again, Rose T. Crawford, live here today on the podcast and the Zoom from beautiful Monroe, Georgia. She's back here to talk more about her work as a therapist at Piedmont Walton Hospital and so much more. So, Rose, first and foremost, welcome back. How are you today?
I'm just fine, thank you. How's everybody? Everybody
Everyone's
good?
great. Yes. How's the weather where you are?
Oh, it's good. It's hot. It's very hot, very muggy, but we shall not complain.
No, I agree, but I love weather. It just connects everyone across the world. It's just exciting to hear that we're in New York and we had like 50-degree temperatures yesterday and overnight. It's just bizarre. And that happens sometimes. So yeah, I'm used to the hot and heat, but it was exciting to have a little break, which I know we'll all get a little bit sooner than later, right?
Right, right, right.
Oh, well, Rose, tell us a little bit about yourself. Would you mind just introducing yourself to everyone before we begin?
Yes. My name is Rose Crawford, as Jill said, from Monroe, Georgia, and we're talking about my profession as a respiratory therapist, lifelong career, which is taking care of sick lungs. But ironic, yesterday, I don't think it was no coincidence, I am a member of FISH, which is for Faith in Humanity. It's a nonprofit organization. I am on the executive committee and also the ministry meeting here in the county. Before the meeting started, this young lady come up to me and say, "I know you.
Oh,
You took care of my son 26 years ago. You saved his life."
oh my
I mean, what can you
goodness.
say? This is my second interview, but I mean, how fitting could that be? Those who are joining us today,
Yeah.
I have been in respiratory therapy for approximately 46 years, and I've always said I never regret choosing my career. I did other things. I was a real estate agent for 4 years, but yet I went back. Well, I never did leave actually. Back to respiratory therapy. I feel like it's a calling, sometimes we get
Yeah.
labeled as empath or healer or, just whatever career is meant for you. So being a respiratory therapy is just like my calling. And I posted on Facebook yesterday part of the meeting and quoted that statement and a reply from another Facebook friend. She said, "Rose, that's double confirmation because we were having the minister meeting and also the fish meeting, for a nonprofit for needed people in the community." She said, you're a lifesaver,
Yeah.
so I just say, those of you who are watching, choose your career wisely, lean toward what you have a propensity toward, what you like, what come easy for you, something that you don't mind doing daily that's gonna embrace you back as you embrace the people.
Amazing. Oh, first and foremost, I also got to get your contact information. How can we reach you? Just tell our listeners what's the best form.
Right now, Rose Runner at windstream.net, ROSERUNNER at Windstream, WINDSTREAM.net,
Now,
NET.
your work, you're based out of Monroe, Georgia, right? So are you only able to work with those in your state or do you virtual sessions with people as well, Rose?
Right now, those are in our state, but Piedmont
Piedmont.
Healthcare
Yep.
has about 16
Wow.
hospitals. So they're in different counties, and we call them sister hospital. And sometime, I move around to a neighboring hospital, and the medical field is wide open. A lot of time, I get contact to travel out of state, which is the agency. So, but right now, I'm at the end, I won't say the end of my career, but just so close to possibly retirement. I'm just staying
Okay.
close by
Well,
home.
let's talk a little bit more about your educational background for those new time listeners today. And again, how many years you been in the field for?
About 47.
You would never know. All right, because I get to see her on the podcast if you're not live with us there. But
Well,
you look so young. God bless
oh well.
you. And where did you go to school again?
Um, Athens Vocational College, and I had to go to California School of Science because the way I started my career audience was as an on-the-job training technician. So the field really chose me. In other words, the hospital was originated in respiratory therapy. Was the first time in this county. So the people didn't have to have any
Yeah.
training, and there really wasn't a school close by other than Atlanta, which is like 40 miles,
Hmm.
east, west of me, but east to us. And so they started a respiratory therapy program for the first time in 1979. And
Wow.
at that point, I have 1979 or 80. At that point, I
Okay.
already had like 5 years of experience.
Amazing.
So it was started, CETA provided education, gas, daycare, just provided income for us to go to school because they wanted to get the program off the
Hmm.
ground. So during that time, it was a 1 year program. So I became a certified respiratory therapist. Later, the program was successful and it turned into a 2 year program, a registered program. Well, because I thought I didn't have a strong background in math, I kind of shied away for many years. But later, I
Hmm.
enrolled in, I think they call independent college online, and I tackled science and chemistry.
God
If
bless.
you had 10 years at this point, it's 10 years. So I'm saying go for it. People really don't think that if there's something you couldn't do, but being me, thinking I didn't have a strong background in science and math, that was like, how can I pass chemistry and physics? But I did. I sat for the test and became a registered respiratory therapist.
Oh my goodness. See, anything is possible. You got to try. It's like
Yes.
the little engine that could. I tell my kids, right? You have to. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I know I can. And try, and you may fail. That's only going to make you stronger. And I love hearing these types of success stories with people and like yourself who can overcome so much and do so much and still want to do so much now to help others. And as a respiratory therapist, do you mind sharing some of the on a daily basis, things you're working on with your patients that can be beneficial to our audience?
Yes. On a
By the way,
daily
I
basis,
got the memo today. We're wearing the same type of peach
color,
pink
kind
color.
of,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, on a daily basis, I'm assigned to the emergency room, 2 days in the emergency room and 1 day in intensive care. So on a daily basis, I'm just about to always do a breathing treatment. That's for asthma or the lungs. It's a bronchodilator to open up for wheezing or shortness of breath. On a daily basis, that is the bulk of our work. I'm going to provide someone with a breathing treatment that you put a medicine in a nebulizer, a little acorn, and you breathe it in, you inhale the medicine, and the medicine turn into a mist, and it just kind of open you up and treat whatever ailment you have. So every day I'm going to do some breathing treatments. A couple times a week, I'm going to put somebody on a life support system. Someone is just going to have a cardiac arrest, someone is going to get in severe distress with a heart stop. They may or may not make it. Several times a week, I'm gonna put someone on the BiPAP or CPAP. Whether you got congested heart failure or your lung had just about given out, and we kind of provide another mean of aid where you won't have to go on the mechanical ventilations. Um, I'm gonna several times a week do a puncture from your artery. I'm gonna obtain a blood gas sample to tell me how well your lungs are doing, how well the respiratory system is operating.
Hmm.
Several times a week, every day, I'm going to provide oxygen to my patients. I'm just going to do that. Well, the oxygen level is off limit. It might be someone with chronic lung disease or maybe even allergic reaction. Things happen, different allergic reaction Every week or two, I'm going to treat a child where it's a heat condition or near drowning or just some kind of accident. And of course, we fly those type of patient off. We don't keep pediatric patient in our facility. Yeah.
No. And let's also remind everyone at this time how we can contact you. We always do that halfway through. If you are just tuning in, just to confirm, Rose T. Crawford is here. She's our therapist at Piedmont Walton Hospital and based out of Monroe, Georgia. How can we reach you? One more time, tell us.
Rose, Rose, runner, Runner, at windstream.net. The way I obtained that email because I hate to use the word used to be, but I ran a couple of marathons. I believe in
So she's
fitness and
a runner too.
wellness.
That's
Not
why
o-
she looks so good. Aha, you kept up with your eating, nutrition, and of course, you're working out all these years. There you go. So you were a runner?
I still power walk and maybe jog a little bit. I ran two marathons, Chicago,
Gosh.
in Atlanta, and just several Peachtree Road races here in Atlanta, Georgia, and half marathons, and just a 10K or 5K every week. Yeah. So I really do believe in health and fitness. Yes, respiratory therapy called my name and embraced me, but you really can't fake it. The gift is for you, or you enjoy what you're doing or not. And I do. I promote health and wellness.
Wow. Well, this is another facet of you. And for today, we still have another, 12 minutes left in the show to talk about the importance of your work and helping people. Is there anything in particular for today that you wanted to highlight?
When you enjoy what you do, and my comment yesterday for the people just coming in, I was at a meeting, nonprofit meeting, and I had a citizen come up to me, and of course, I did not remember her after 46 years, 46, 47 years of being a respiratory therapist. She said, I know you. You treated my son 26 years ago and
Oh,
you saved his life. So he was just a baby. And, maybe if I just tried to think hard enough, I mean, I probably could remember or put two and two together. But just doing good for others, it's going to come back to you in tenfolds, hundredfolds. Just, enjoy what you're doing and you're going to reap your harvest. And I was able to place that on Facebook and let the community know, hey, I still save lives, by the gift of God. So, are there any questions for me?
yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Being in the healthcare business, and I know we've mentioned this, but I think it's important to highlight. You hear about so many people doing what you do, helping others, giving back, especially after COVID, going through burnout. I mean, always taking care of others. And I feel like it's all over, the news, and people talk about the mindset and the stress on people like you who dedicate your life to helping others and how that's affecting people. Are there the hospitals around you, the one you work at in particular, are they caring extra to the needs of their workers like yourself to help with mental burnout and those type of
Yeah.
related issues? Because it's not
Yes.
easy working with people who need help or ill.
Of course, during the COVID phase, we had counselors come out, to check on us to make sure we was doing okay. But at this point, I think because being a believer, I mean, I'm just saying who I am, it helps me be able to tolerate it well because most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm able to shut it off. In other words, I'm able to leave what happened on the job. Most of the time, 90%, it got to be pretty severe for me to bring it home. And I'm just thankful that I'm able to do that. Like you say, you can get burnt out, but so far I have not because I just enjoy what I do. And I mean, it was confirmation yesterday, and I get confirmation periodically that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Everybody can't be this, everybody can't be that. You hear a lot go, just go higher, higher, do this, be the doctor, be the lawyer. But everybody have their part.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't want to water down your career or your talent, but you know what I mean? I mean, we gotta have the nurses, we gotta have the therapists, the lab technician, we gotta have the trash guy. It's the big picture where we all need one another. So I have no doubt, I could have been a supervisor or a director, but I wouldn't have had the hands on, the land of the hands, as I have. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
been able to treat, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able to treat patients and give them my expertise if I was a manager. I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely feel like I have the skill, the people skill, the knowledge to go forth. But somebody got to, and you can call it mediocre. Somebody got to treat the people.
Yeah.
That's all Christ did was going about healing and teaching. So,
Serving the Lord. Yeah.
I mean, so consider that.
Wow.
Everybody
Wow.
just think success is money, money, money. Yeah, I mean, we won't. I hope to go on vacation next week, but it
But it's a,
also it's a ratio. It's how you handle your life. You know what I mean? It's your ratio of
yeah.
of how you have things stacked.
So you do this, you're passionate about what you do, and like the motto here is really you should do what you love. And that I think is more fulfilling than anything in life, than any amount of money or a nice car that you have. It's just, are you happy? Are you truly following that path that God or whoever it is you believe in, right? Or here to guide you. And you got to listen to it, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are struggling, right? And they could just be listening to our show today, not even in the field, or just listening, and you get a lot of positive from you. And no matter what field you're in, you could take what we're talking about today, right, and put it into so much of what you do, because someone like you have been doing this for almost 50 years. You have a secret to success, and it's about being passionate in a career you love, and yours, what you chose to help people like this. And that says so much. There's people out there today listening who may not be happy with their jobs, may be disappointed, not happy with their life, but they can change it, right? They can do it. And you're giving people this positive reinforcement, which is great, and hope.
Yeah, I think in life, you wear your life on you. You say I don't look my
Yeah.
age,
Uh-uh.
but I believe in treating people right. It's your stress, it's your balance. So, job certification means a lot. I mean, that's a means of your life. I mean, that's the roof over your head and everything. So why not do something that you love? And so, I mean, other than the job, I mean, if we can go a little bit on the spiritual side, it's how you treat people. How
Yeah.
happy are you? Those are the things that gonna wear on you. Those are the things that gonna be identified. Well, why you look so well, or why you look so stressed? It's how you living your life, how you're coping, and you're dealing with society, and so that should be on a positive note.
Yeah. Well, I love hearing more positive stories. Now, what is your future like? Okay, you're still working, you're going to travel soon, but do you plan on ever retiring? You love
Maybe
helping.
the way I feel now, maybe in 2 years, but I did a lot of things. I've had exposure, Jill. I mean, I've been to Amsterdam. I mean, unless you have a whole lot of money and just really have secured your retirement, which everybody should, but it's also a bonus to continue to work and travel. I've been to Amsterdam, Paris,
Mm-hmm.
Spain, Rome, London. So I a lot of places, as you see, travel, and I also would like to continue to travel. So
Yeah.
as I work, that's a providing mean to travel. I mean, without burning up what I have.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. And it's just, with what you're doing, do you have anyone that you're mentoring that you've taken under your wing over the years?
Well, Piedmont have a program called Occupational Health,
Okay.
where the student from the high school, local high school, come in and spend a couple of hours
Aw.
a day as we mentor them. And I've had long-term contact from the people that comes in, the student that come in, that just take an instant liking, toward me. So yeah, I have been a mentor. We have that program ongoing today. Hmm.
Well, you're always so willing to help people, and you're here again talking about her career and helping others. Rose T. Crawford joining us. If you are just tuning in, at Piedmont Walton Hospital, that's based out of Georgia, and she's been a respiratory therapist there for a long time, helping so many. Did you want to share some of the patient stories that you've helped and their family members? Because a lot of people don't understand it's not just the patient, it's also the family members your work affects.
Well, Jill, like I say, this is just so current and ongoing.
Yeah.
Approximately 1 month ago, I had a friend, a running partner that lived here in the county. We had ran 13 Peachtree Road races together. We had ran, oh, so many road races, 10K, 5K, couple of half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter had taught me yoga, was my yoga instructor. And he came in, and it was time to transition. And of course, I just embraced the family, was there for them, put him on life support. And,
Yeah.
I wasn't with him when he passed because I work in ICU, you get downgraded if you know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
to the terminally ill. But just the comment that an appreciation, a thank you note, and the media thank you, gratitude that was given to me just openly to the county. I mean, you just couldn't put a price tag on it. So this was a friend, a running partner that I was able to take care of.
Yeah.
But the gratitude was from the family. It
Oh.
was just phenomenal. But it was just the love that I was giving back to him that he had conveyed to us, to me as a friend. So yeah.
Oh, I love hearing these stories. Clearly, you are passionate and compassionate, and we need more people like you out there and in the health field. And it's not too late to even start. I think I mentioned to you, I'm thinking about going back to school myself and
Mhm.
maybe do nursing because I feel like that's a need that people have. And there's always longevity in a job like that, right? And
Yeah.
to help people, it's always something I love doing. And I never, I was going pre-med when I was in college and I wanted to be a doctor but then switched into the radio, television broadcast side of things. And now, 25 years later, I'm like, wait a sec. I'm like, I think I want to go back into it. So I just started looking around and applying for, I reached out to two colleges in my area, local community college and a state university to see what the programs offer. How does it work for someone who's older like me? But it's never too late. And you clearly, you instill that in me. And I think a lot of us that you can change your path and you could still do what you love. And interestingly enough, I love helping people. So besides
Yeah,
my
I could
children and
tell
my
you would be
friends.
great. You would be great at that. I mean, you conveying compassion right now,
Yeah.
but you also so great at what you're doing now. So
I love what I'm doing. I get to talk to amazing people like this all over. But you know what? This type of job doesn't have that longevity, right? Like I could work as a nurse or do
see,
both. So, yeah,
right, right.
we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. You never know. But thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, we're out of time. How does that always happen? All right. So, first and foremost, where's the vacation? Where are you going?
Key West,
Where?
Key West,
Oh,
Florida.
cute. Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Yes,
Oh my God. And when do you
yes.
leave?
Pardon me.
Oh
What did
my.
you say?
When do you leave?
Next week.
Oh, are we back on next week before you go or?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Oh my goodness. All
I'll
right,
be here.
great. Great. So I can't wait to hear. Get all packed, get ready, excited,
I
and looking forward
know.
to next week's conversation. Wow.
But see, that's the advantage of preparing. You
It's
say,
so
well, you're gonna
true.
travel. It's like I can travel.
That's amazing. Good for you, sweetheart. Pleasure having you here. Rose, tell us again how we contact you. Our runner.
Rose,
Now I know why she's a runner. It makes sense.
yeah. Rose Runner, ROSERUNNER at Windstream, WINDSTREAM.net, NET.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank
your time
you.
here. Pleasure having you. Enjoy your day, beautiful, and stay cool, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye, honey. Bye.
Bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.